Regional Queensland had the worst air crash in the South Pacific in the Second World War. And at this day, many details of the disaster aren't widely known. In tonight's Rewind, Peter Byrne looks back at the tragedy and how it strengthened Australia's bond with America.
It was the worst aviation crash in history at the time. On June the 14th, 1943, 41 American soldiers were on board a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, similar to the aircraft seen here. They were on their way back to the Papua New Guinea front line after having 10 days R&R in Mackay.
The aircraft took off, reached a height of only about 250 feet, estimated, made 2 left turns and then made a descent and crashed into timber about a kilometre north of where we are.
17-year-old PERCY Webb had just made a delivery to the Defence Corps from a local butcher. He was one of the first on scene.
So I jumped on the bike and I headed out and took a sight I never want to see again. There was strewn bodies, burnt bodies, bits and pieces of people all over the place.
Rudolph Sabo was a young farmhand working in a nearby cane field.
Started with inside putting my boots on. Next bloody minute, bang, it crashed. And you know, I couldn't eat for 3 days. I could smell them dead kerosene or whatever the planes carried.
Only one soldier survived. Details of the crash were kept secret for 15 years because of the war.
In fact, I have a police report that has secret on it. We don't know who declared it secret, but it certainly was kept out of sight.
Relatives received telegrams only stating their loved ones had died somewhere in the southwest Pacific. This memorial behind me was unveiled in 1992 to commemorate the 40 lives lost when the B-17C crashed at Bakers Creek, just south of Mackay. Many family members of those killed have visited the site.
Finding out about my brother in 1999, where I finally found out the true story of how he got killed.
These young men, a long way from home, died for freedom, died for an ideal that all are created equal. And so we must remember them. And I cannot thank personally enough the Bakers Creek Committee for continuing to keep their memory alive and to keep the ideal they fought for alive.
I think it gave the families a lot of peace.
In June 2006, a second memorial was unveiled in America.
I have letters in my possession from President George W. Bush and also one of the former chairmen of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Bakers Creek is another chapter in a very large book of bonds between Australia and America.
I'm Peter Byrne for 7 Local News.